This is One News Now. The Communist Party of the Philippines confirms the death of its top leaders, Benito and Wilma Tiamzon. In a statement, the CPP claimed that the Tiamzons, along with 8 others, were tortured and killed by the military in August of last year. They were said to be traveling to Catbalogan, Samar when they were captured. The CPP also disputed the military's earlier report that the couple were killed in a boat explosion. The party's announcement comes 4 months after the passing of its founding chairperson, Jose Maria Sison. And there's no looming rice crisis. That is the assurance made by President Bongbong Marcos when asked about the possible shortfall of the food staple in the next few months. Gio Robles with the report.
Another burden has arrived for consumers. This as rice prices have increased anew in several markets in Metro Manila. In Paco Market in Manila and in Barangka Market in Mandaluyong, well-milled rice rose to 40 pesos per kilo while premium rice costs 43 pesos. Expect to pay more, however, when purchasing Sinandoming and Jasmine rice as its per kilo go as much as 50 pesos per kilo. Consumers should be ready to shell out 60 pesos for a kilo of brown, Mindoro, red, and Dinorado rice. Small business owners said that the hike in rice prices happened when unhusked rice or palay prices surged. Meanwhile, the Samahang Industriya ng Agrikultura or SINAG stressed that since January, a kilo of palay costs 23 pesos from the previous 19 pesos. The group added that the increase triggered a domino effect and is carried now by consumers. However, for a country that considers rice as a staple food, Filipinos are left with no choice but to tighten their budget. Despite the increase in rice prices, President Bongbong Marcos is confident that it will not lead to a crisis in supply. Marcos' statement comes after a chance interview during one of his visits in Bulacan on Wednesday. The chief executive said that the government is closely watching the situation, especially rice production levels, before farmers harvest the staple. Marcos also admitted that the country's buffer stock or rice reserve is low, but he is open to source from neighboring countries to ensure enough supply.
Do you see this coming, sir? Another round of rice crisis?
I don't. There is a chance na ninipis talaga yung supply. Because nga magkasabay-sabayan. So we are watching and waiting to see at what the production levels are going to be after the last planting season, before the harvest, for the upcoming harvest, and what will be.
For News 5, Gio Robles, we are One News.
Meantime, a major reshuffle will be implemented in the PNP's Drug Enforcement Group following the 6.7 billion peso drug haul mess. According to PNP Director for Investigation and Detective Management, General Eliseo Cruz, the reshuffle is to ensure that the snafu will not happen again. General Cruz also assured the public that everyone involved will be punished and that administrative and criminal charges against them are now being prepared.
Kami po nalulungkot sa pangyaring ito dahil hindi po namin inakala na ganito kalaki ang mga karokuhan dyan sa loob ng PDEC. Meron po tayo mga measures, panuntunan na nire-recommend at yung mga dati nang ginagawa ay pag-iigihan po natin para hindi na po talaga maulit itong mga ganitong pangyayari.
We're pausing for a short break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Condominium-type housing projects will be built by the Housing Department for beneficiaries of the government's low-cost housing program. Maricel Halili with the report.
Crisp-painted walls, spacious kitchen countertops, tiled floors, and a handful of amenities. This almost seems like something out of a property ad. But this is actually what the government plans to give housing programs beneficiaries. Condo living for the poorest of the poor. To complete the experience, the project will include amenities like a swimming pool, a gym, and a playground for kids. What's even more is beneficiaries can own a unit for 2,000 to 3,500 pesos a month, depending on the floor area. And the property is also payable for 30 years.
Dire-diretso, walang down payment. Kaya nga, pang mahirap eh. Para lahat po pwedeng magkabahay. Kasi kung magda-down payment ka pa, mag-iipon pa, paano mapapaalis yung mga ISF?
The local government where the housing program is located will choose the beneficiaries. In Bulacan alone, about 30,000 housing units will be developed in 6 different towns of the province. President Bongbong Marcos personally led its groundbreaking ceremony this morning.
Bukod sa pabahay, ang proyektong ito ay magpapalawig pa at madaragdagan balang araw ang mga kaugnay na pasilidad tulad po ng edukasyon, pangalusugan at iba pa. Hindi na magtatagal, ang proyektong ito ay magiging isang tunay, kumpleto at masiglang komunidad.
For the first year of the housing project, the government has already inaugurated 1.2 million housing units. Their target is to construct 1 million housing units a year to fill the 6.5 million housing backlog in the country. For News 5, Maricel Halili, we are One News.
One News Now will be back with the latest stories at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.